famous artist. Yes, famous artist.
Paul Gauguin.
Edward Hubbard.
And then go.
Oh! Pablo Picasso.
I thought so.
Goya.
Hawaii.
We're definitely people you should know. Sandro Botticelli, Michelangelo, Paul Klee. The names just keep on coming and we haven't got all day.
We're famous artists.
Renoir.
Famous artists.
Au revoir. Monet, Da Vinci, Peter Bruegel. Don't pinch me. Some people think we're geniuses. Some people think we're weird.
Weird?
What do you mean?
Weird is a relative term.
Toulouse-Lautrec, Marie Cassatt. And please don't touch my beard. Andy Warhol, Jacob Lawrence, Jackson Pollock too.
I'm afraid we have to go now.
So we'll just say toodaloo. And if you think we're slightly nuts, that may be slightly true. But that, my fine young viewer, will leave up to you.
Fun, hey, what happened? Who turned out the lights? What's going on?
There he goes again.
Oh,
I hope he's
mamma
okay.
Hi there, I'm Leonardo da Vinci. A lot of people say that I'm one of the greatest of all artists.
It's true. I was there.
If we used words like "oh shucks" in Italy in the 1400s, I'd say "oh shucks." But since we didn't, I'd just say "that's a nice."
It's a very nice.
I must agree, I really did some special things. I was one of the first to make paintings seem real in all ways. This one is my personal favorite, and one of the most famous paintings in the whole world. Do you want to see it? Nope, not yet. Ain't I a stinker? I was born in 1452 in Italy, in the small town of Vinci. Hey, that's 40 years before Columbus discovered America. Wow, long time ago. I kept the name of my town for my own last name. Like if your name was Joe. And you come from a Hoboken, you would be called Joe the Hoboken. I don't know, I kind of like it.
Hey, yo.
When I was a boy, I drew pictures of plants and animals, flowers and birds, whatever I saw in the countryside near my home.
Gee, this kid is a pretty good artist.
Yeah, it looks just like me.
Hey, Leonardo, draw me. Hey, draw me. Draw me.
Look at me, Leo. I'm flying. Draw me, Leo. Oh, draw me, please. Just think, I'm gonna be famous.
I didn't just watch and draw, but I always wrote down the things I wondered about, just as I was thinking about them. When I grew up, I still loved to draw animals and plants. I lived at a time when people all over Europe became interested in art. For the first time in hundreds of years, they wanted their cities and houses and churches to be filled with beautiful statues and paintings. This period of time was called the Renaissance.
Hey, how about the St. Anthony, right here in the entrance?
Oh, no. That's ridiculous. It's gonna block the doorway.
Hey, she's right. So I'm gonna donate my own picture of my own mom, which I painted my own self.
Hey, what is that? No. That's kind of weird. No,
That's your mother? God, she'd scare the angels.
Well, at least they were interested in art. You know, I became famous for many other things too. I was an architect. I liked to do things perfectly, so I made this plan for my ideal city. Also, I loved to study the human body. I love to study everything. I just love to study. I was a scientist and a mathematician.
Wow, look at that.
And I loved to invent things too. Look how that hummingbird just hovers there like it was standing still in midair. Mamma mia! What if you and I could do that? Zowie! I got to figure this out. I made lots of notes with my drawings. My notes helped me to see how things would work. The unusual thing about my notes is they were all written backwards. To read my notes, you'd have to hold them up to a mirror. I didn't want people to steal my secrets. Pretty smart, if I say so myself, eh?
Hey, what does it say?
Don't forget to pick up a loaf of bread on the way home.
Ah, stupid. Come on, get away from there.
Huh? When I was a teenager, my papa sent me to study in Florence, the city of great artists, to study with Andrea del Verrocchio, the best teacher in Florence.
Bye-bye, Leonardo. I'll send you a salami every week.
At the workshop of the Maestro Verrocchio, I learned to mix paints, to make brushes, to prepare surfaces for painting. That's how artists learned back then. It was an exciting time. Some people think that I even posed for Verrocchio's sculpture of a David, but I'm not telling. When I was 20 years old, I helped my teacher to finish this painting of the baptism of Christ. I painted the angel. Many people in Florence thought my angel was the best part of the painting because it looked like a living angel. I used what I learned from nature and science to make my paintings look real. In this painting, the Annunciation, I painted the angel's wings with the knowledge I had gained from studying bird wings. It wasn't long before I was asked to do whole paintings by myself. I did this portrait of Ginevra de' Benci in 1474 when I was 22. See? I still used my knowledge of nature and science to make the background as realistic as the lady. I made this picture so smooth, you can hardly see a brush mark. Look at this! I was one of the first to paint the mother of Jesus, smiling and playing with her baby. Before this, artists showed Jesus and his mother looking very serious. I was asked to paint the Adoration of the Magi, but I never finished it. I left other paintings unfinished too. Like this one. Saint Jerome. Maybe I got too busy with my experiments and inventions. The people of Florence may have heard about my unfinished paintings.
Hey, Leonardo, when are you going to finish my wife's picture?
And when you're gonna finish the painting in our church?
And if you don't start my portrait soon, I'm gonna ask about the jelly to do it.
Okay, I'll get to it as soon as I figure out how to fly. Come back in 3 or 4 years.
My pal Leo. He's a good fella, but he's kind of screwy.
Screwy? That gives me an idea for a heliocopter. About 1482, when I was 30 years old, I decided to leave Florence and go to another great city, Milan. One of the first things I did when I got to Milan was to paint the Virgin of the Rocks. This painting was very important in the history of art. Before I painted it, most artists would outline their people and use very flat backgrounds. I painted them without outlining them. I made the shadowy part of the people almost blend into the mysterious background. The parts of the people that have light on them seem to come forward and appear almost three-dimensional.
I hear that Da Vinci painted this picture without outlining it first.
Oh, what a nerve he has. You have to outline it first.
Who does he think he is?
But just look at the result, my dear friends. As they say in Milan, the sticky pasta gets the sauce.
You could have a point there.
Right.
A lot of people must have liked the Virgin of the Rocks, because a few years later, I painted another one, and they look almost exactly the same. Now look how much more lifelike my paintings are than this painting by another artist. Before I moved to Milan, I had to promise the Duke of Milan, that's like the mayor, that I would do something for him. He ordered me to design and build war machines to protect the city against his enemies. Your Excellency, your Dukeship, sir, with all due respect, I am an artist and a man of peace.
So, you come to me and you say you want to come to my city and paint. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
Make the machines!
And then paint.
Yes, sir. I made lots of drawings of these machines. Some of them seemed as if they would work like this tank. Or this special cannon. But some of them, like this giant crossbow and a giant arrow, seemed like they wouldn't work at all.
Gee, I wish that Leonardo guy was on our side, huh?
Look at the size of that thing.
Excuse me! Can we have our arrow back, please?
What's his arrow? Sorry, you lost it.
I was in Milan when I painted the picture behind this drape. You still want to see it? Are you sure? Oh, it's only the most famous painting in the whole world. You really sure? Okay. No! Got to show you some more stuff first. Now you really gotta see something. My greatest work. The Duke of Milan ordered me to do a big painting for the dining room of his favorite monastery where he prayed. This is the Last Supper, which is a mural. That means it was painted on a wall. And this particular wall is the wall in the dining room at the Church of Santa Maria delle Grazie in Milan. It shows Jesus with his closest friends, the 12 apostles. I thought it would be nice for the monks to have a dinner in the presence of the image of the Last Supper.
Brother Pasquale, would you please pass the peace, please?
You betcha, Brother Pietro. I would be pleased to pass the peas, please.
Yeah, nice monks.
See how calm and serene Jesus is? While all the others look so agitated and even worried. I wanted to show how much Jesus loved his best friends. The special way I placed the men around the table gives them a feeling of movement that had never been seen before. Neat, huh? Hey, it should be. It took me 4 years to paint the whole thing. Phew! But I'm so sad because the paint is chipping off. So parts of the Last Supper are hard to see. I was always experimenting and making my own paint. The paint I made for the Last Supper didn't work very well, and it actually started to flake off just a few years after I finished it. It's kind of a miracle that it has lasted this long.
Well, this is the last supper I eat in front of that painting.
Uh-oh, here's another one where I goofed up. I might have mixed too much oil in the paint. Maybe that's why this picture, Madonna and a child, looks all wrinkly. Today you can buy paint already mixed up in a tube, you lucky kids. Boy, oh boy, sometimes I just got no respect. Look what some people did to my paintings. Remember this one? Ginevra de Benci, the smooth one. Someone cut off her bottom.
Woo! I never.
Oh, I mean the bottom. And remember St. Jerome, which I never finished? It was a cut in half and used as a tabletop. Who would do such a thing? I hope they didn't spill spaghetti on him.
I've got this great frame, but the painting's too big.
Oh, don't worry, Rosalie. If I can make you a table, I can fit a painting into a frame.
And believe it or not, someone even cut off the sides of this one. Yes, they even tampered with her. The special one. The one we've been waiting for. All right. The moment of truth has arrived. Ready? Here she is! The Mona Lisa! My most famous painting and probably the most famous painting in the whole world. Ever since I painted the Mona Lisa, people have been talking about the mysterious look the lady has, especially her smile. No matter where you stand, she is always looking right into your eyes. How did I do that? Don't ask, it's a secret. Ooh, look at the background. Isn't it interesting?
You know, Leonardo, that background is pretty interesting. It looks like part of a science fiction or a fairy tale world.
I kind of like the way that the Mona Lisa and the background seem to blend together.
Modest, isn't he?
Ah, you silly bird. You make fun of me, but I tell you, one of these days my helicopter is gonna work, you'll see.
Sure, Leo, it'll fly when pigs fly.
Pigs fly?
Uh-oh.
I only painted a few pictures after the Mona Lisa. This one is called Saint John the Baptist. There he is, pointing up to heaven. And this one, Saint Anne, Virgin and Child. To make my composition stronger, I stacked the people in a pyramid shape. But the older I got, the more I became interested in working on inventions and experiments. Ah, mamma mia, pasta fazola, what are you doing? This is too hard. Come on.
Doesn't seem to be working, does it, Leo? Maybe you should ask the pig.
Pig? Oh, very funny. I spent the last years of my life in France as a guest of the King of France. He gave me a nice place to live and plenty of land to roam around in. How about those baguettes, eh? I made a lot of notes and drawings about my discoveries, and then I died in 1519 at the age of 67. Now, let's look at some of my pictures again, so you can remember the things I did that changed art. I was one of the first artists to make a painting seem real in all ways. I gave people in my paintings a feeling of a movement and being alive. I used the dark shadows and light colors to make what I was painting seem to come toward you and away from the painting. I made my beautiful hazy backgrounds a special part of the whole picture. I always tried to make my paintings as perfect and close to nature as possible. Today, most of my paintings are in Europe. Only one is in the United States. And maybe one day you'll be lucky enough to go to a museum and see how beautiful my work is. I hope that you'll try to draw and paint and invent and study about how things work. Who knows? You just might learn to love it as much as I did. Well, it was great getting to know you. Bye!